Hello students, this is Priyanka Vishwakarma from Kumar classes, and today I will be introducing you the topic integers, fractions and decimals. Okay. So integers consist of 0, a negative number and a positive. Okay. So if this is the number line, you know that in the middle there is 0. On the left hand side there are negative numbers and so on, and on the right hand side there are positive numbers. Okay, so this integers consist of negative numbers, 0 and all the positive numbers. You know what are natural numbers? Natural numbers start from 1, whole numbers start from 0. Okay, then what do you mean by the term fraction? So fraction is in the form of a by b, where a and b are whole numbers and b is not equal to 0. So here a and b both are whole numbers. Okay, there is a very slight difference between fractions and rational numbers. Rational numbers also are in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0, and p and q both are integers. Okay, here a and b are whole numbers and p and q are integers in the case of rational numbers, and this is the only difference between a fraction and a rational number. Okay, because both are represented in the form of numerator and the denominator. Okay, so so now fractions are of many types. First is like fraction, then unlike fractions, then it is proper fraction, next is improper fraction, next is mixed fraction, and the last one is equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions. Okay. Now, first of all, let us discuss what are like fractions. So, if I say that 3 by 4, 5 by 4, let us say 7 by 4. So this is the fraction, okay, where there is one numerator and one denominator, and the denominator is same in all the cases. So when the denominator is same in all the in one or more, two or more fractions, the fractions are called like fractions. Okay, when the denominators are same, it is like fraction, and when the denominator is different, it is unlike fraction. Okay, so now unlike fraction, for example 3 by 5, 3 by 4, maybe 7 by 9. So these three have different fractions. Okay, different denominators. So when the denominator is not the same, the fractions are unlike fractions. Okay. Okay, let me write the remaining thing in the next page. Now, proper fraction. Proper fraction means when the numerator is smaller than the denominator it's called proper fraction. For example, 7 upon 11. Here the numerator is smaller than the denominator, so it is called proper fraction. Okay? Then, example, 7 by 11, then 5 by 6, 8 by 11, anything. Okay? Then, improper fraction. Improper fraction. So improper fraction means when the numerator is greater than the denominator. Numerator is greater than the denominator. Okay. Let us say, for example, 11 upon 7, 5 by 4, 6 by 5. Okay. When the numerator is greater than the denominator, such fractions are called the improper fractions. Okay. Then, mixed fraction. So, in the mixed fraction, there is one integer value with one proper fraction. One integer and one proper fraction. For example, 3, 4 by 11. So, this 3 is integer and 4 by 11 is proper fraction. Means the numerator has to be smaller than the denominator. Only then it is called a mixed fraction. Okay. And how do you solve this mixed fraction? So, 11 multiplied by 3 means you have to multiply the denominator with the integer. So 11 into 3 and you have to add 4 with the product. So 11 threes are 33 plus 4 gives you 37. So the answer will be 37 upon 11. 37 over 11. Okay. So this is mixed fraction. Let us solve few more examples for practice. Let us say 5, 8 by 11. So 11 5s are 55. Okay. So 55 plus 8 is how much? 63. So the answer will be 63 by 11. Okay. Let us say, for example, 1, 7 by 9. So 9 ones are 9, 9 plus 7, 16. So the fraction will be 16 by 9. Okay, you can convert this mixed fraction into improper fraction. Okay, but if in the question it is given that you have to convert the improper fraction into mixed fraction, then you have to do the same. Okay. For example, let us say 102 divided by 4. Okay, now I have to convert this particular, this is improper fraction, right? Why? Because the numerator is greater than the denominator. Now I have to convert this improper fraction into mixed fraction. So what will I do? First I will divide. Okay, 4 2s are 8, remainder 2. You have to do the simple division. Then 4 5s are 20, remainder 2. So that means this 4 will be as it is in the denominator. Here it is 25. So you will have to write the quotient over here, because that quotient will be your integer. Okay. and you have to write the remainder here in the numerator. So how can I represent this improper fraction into mixed fraction? Like this. Understood? Understood? Let us take few more examples. 97/5. Now this is also an improper fraction. I need to convert it into the mixed fraction. So what will I do? I will simply divide 5 ones are 5, remainder 4, 47. So 5 nines are 45, remainder 2. So now 5 in the denominator, 19 as the integer and 2 as the numerator you will be writing. Okay. So this this improper fraction now has been converted into mixed fraction. I hope you have understood this thing. Now the next and the last type of fraction is equivalent fraction. Equivalent fraction means when there are two fractions and you reduce one of them, you will be getting the same as the earlier one. For example, let us say 2/5. 2/5 is a fraction. Now, if I multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number, let us say I'll use another ring so that you don't get confused. Say for example, I multiply this by 2, I multiply this by 3, I multiply this by 4 and this by 5. And if I write the answer, two fives are 10, 5 fives are 25. Simply multiply. Okay, simply if you multiply, 2 twos are 4, 5 twos are 10, 2 threes are 6, 5 threes are 15, 2 fours are 8, 5 fours are 20, 2 fives are 10, 5 fives are 25. Now, if you reduce these fractions in the lowest form, you will be getting the same fraction. Okay? Say 4/10. It is equal to 2/5. Yes, 2 twos are 4 and 2 fives are 10. Okay, I have reduced 4 and 10 with the help of 2. So 2 twos are 4, 2 fives are 10. Again, I have reached the same fraction. So this is called equivalent fraction. Okay. In more simpler language, I can say that, okay, let us say 1/2. So this is equal to 50/100. Yes or no? 1/2. Then 2/4 is also equal to 1/2. Yes or no? So these are called equivalent fractions. Okay. Now, decimal. What do you mean by the term decimal? So decimal is the representation of a whole number. Okay. Let us say for example 1/4. This is a fraction. Now I have to represent this fraction in the form of decimal. So what will I do? I will divide 4 outside, 1 inside. The numerator is always the divisor. Okay. Now 4 1, does 1 come in 4's table? No. So 1 is not a multiple of 4. Okay. 1 is a factor of 4 but not multiple of 4. So I'll put a point. Okay. I'll put a decimal and put 0 over here. I hope that you are clear with the division concept you have studied in the earlier classes in 3rd or 4th standard. So 4 twos are 8. Remainder 2. Again I'll put a 0. 4 fives are 20. So 1/4 can be represented as 0.25. So this is the fraction and this is the decimal. Okay. Let us say for example 68 over 100. So how will you represent this in the fraction form? So this becomes easy when there are multiples of 10 or 100 in the denominator. I don't have to do this division at all. Simply, what do you write? 0.68. Why? Because here in the denominator it is 100. So just remember one thing, that the number of zeros in the denominator, if there are 2 zeros in the denominator, you need to make sure that after the decimal value there should be 2 digits only. Okay? If 68 over 1000 has to be written in the decimal form, I will be writing 0.068. Okay? So, few more examples to understand this better. Say for example, 708 upon 100. How will you represent in the decimal form? So this will be 708. So there are 2 zeros in the denominator. So 1 and 2 and put a decimal. So the answer is 7.08. Okay. If it would have been 708 upon 1000, so this would have been 0.708. Why? Simply write the number and count the zeros 1, 2, 3. So from the back side it should be 3 digits. Okay. It is just that the number of zeros in the denominator, if and only if there is 1 in the denominator. Okay. In the case where the number is not 1, suppose 2 or 3, then you have to reduce it to the lowest form. Okay, and then you have to divide the number. After that only you can convert it into decimal. Say for example, 25 upon 150. Okay, now you have to represent this particular fraction in the form of decimal. So now here it's 150 and not 100. It's not 10, not 100, not 1000. So what will we do? We will reduce it to the lowest form. Cancel it by 5. 5 5s are 25. 5 30s are 150. Then 5 1s are 5. 5 6s are 30. So this is 1 by 6. Now dividing. So 6 1s are 6, remainder 4. 6 5s are 36, 6 are 36, remainder 4, and so on. Okay. So this will be 0.1666. Understood? So this is how you can convert the fractions into decimal. Fine. Now, one of the most important topics of mathematics is integers, to solve integers. Okay. You must have studied these concepts earlier also, but many students make silly mistakes even if they understand the concept. If there are 2 numbers and both have positive sign, what will you do? You will add. If there are 2 numbers, both have negative sign, what will you do? You will add. If one of the number is positive and another is negative, then what will you do? In such case, you will subtract. Okay. Now, these 4 operations you have to understand very well. I'll give you short examples first, and then gradually I will increase the level. Let us say, for example, -7 plus 8. 7 minus 8 minus 7 minus 8, 7 plus 8. Now, in this case, one number is negative, another number is positive. What will we do? We will subtract. So, 8 subtracted by 7. Okay, sorry, 7 subtracted from 8, how much? It will be 1. The most important thing in solving integers is giving the sign, whether positive or negative. So always remember that the sign we have to put in the answer should be the sign of the greater number. Now in this case, which is the greater number? The greater number is 8, so it has positive sign, so you don't need to put the positive sign. The answer is 1. Okay, now see here, one number is positive. If there is no sign in front of the number, in front of the integer, then you will consider it as positive only. So one positive, one negative, so we will be subtracting. So 8, when 7 is subtracted from 8, how much will we will be getting? 1. Now in this case, which is the greater number? 8 is the greater number, and it has the minus sign, so we will put minus sign. Then here in this case, both the numbers are negative. Okay, 7 and 8, both the numbers are negative. So when both the numbers are negative, what will we do? We will add. So 7 and 8 adds up to 15. And which is the greater number? 8 is the greater number, and it has negative sign, so we will put minus. So my answer is minus 15. And in the last one, both the numbers are positive, so I don't have to do any efforts. Just add the number. Simple. Okay? Understood? I'll give you more examples on this. Let us say, for example, minus 3 plus 8. So minus 3 plus 8. Now one number is negative, another is positive. What will we do? We will subtract. Subtracting, we get 5. And which is the greater number? 8. So it has positive sign, so no need to put the positive sign. Okay. Second example. 6 minus 13. 6 minus 13. Now one is positive, another is negative. We will have to subtract. Okay. So 6 taken away from 13 will give me 7. Now, which is the greater number? 13 is the greater number. So it will have, since 13 has the negative sign, so we will put minus in the answer. So you just need to focus on the signs. Okay, that is the only thing to be remembered every time. Let us say 15 minus 9. So one is positive, another is negative. So we will subtract. My answer will be 6. Why? Because 9 has, the greater number is 15 and it has positive sign. So no need to put the plus sign. Okay. Next example is minus 8 minus 4. So here in this case, both the numbers are negative. So when both the numbers are negative, what do? We add. So 8 and 14 sums up to 12, and the sign of the greater number is negative. Simple. Okay. Few more examples to solve if you can by your own. 17 minus 21. So this will be how much? It will be minus 4. Then 18 minus 9. It will be 9. Minus 3 minus 4. How much will it be? It will be minus 7. Okay. 100 minus 300. How much will it be? Minus 200, and so on. This is the small concept of integers. Now, what if there are more than 2 numbers? This situation also will be there. Say -5 plus 11 minus 23. Okay, so in this case, what will I do? I'll take two numbers from the right hand side, keep this one as it is. One negative, when negative, one positive, subtraction will be there. So 23 minus 11 is 12, and the sign will be of the greater number. Okay, next step will be, both the numbers are negative, we will have to add and put the negative sign. That's it. If there are more than two numbers, you take two numbers into consideration and solve it further. Let us say, for example, 4 minus 11 minus 9 plus 13. So how will we do? From the last two numbers, 13 minus 9 is how much? It is 4. And sign of the greater number. Then if we solve this, this will be minus 7. So 4 minus 7 is minus 3. Simple. Okay. I'll stop here and I'll tell you more examples in the next video. Thank you.